Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
On behalf of Iskcon Delhi, we like to welcome His Grace Prabhu ji. Prabhu ki Jai Radha Parthasarthi Lalita Vishakha, Radha Parthasarthi Lalita Vishakha. Jai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jai Narsingadev Narahari, Lord Narajay Bhakta Tala Narsingadev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pushtaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pecharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Parshapradishitarine. Namaste Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kedana Bhagati Sadna Shri Guru Shri Guru Charana Padma Kedana Bhagati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Bande Sabadhana Mate Bande Bande Sabadhana Mate Bande Hare Prasad Bhai E Bhavatari Jaya Hare Hare Prasad Bhai E Bhavatari Jaya Hare Prasad Krishna Prapti Ho Jaha Bhute Krishna Prapti Krishna Prapti Hoga Hote Krishna Prapti Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitit Kari Jai Kya Guru Mukha Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitit Kari Jai Kya Guru Mukha Hare Makari Hanani Asha Hare Makari Hare Makari Hanani Asha Hare Makari Hanani Shri Guru Charani Rati Sitana Gati श्री गुरु चरण श्री गुरु चरण रति गति श्री गुरु चरण ये सब पूरी सर्वा आशा ये सब पूरे ये सब पूरे सर्वा आशा ये सब पूरे चकदान दिला जेहि जन्म जन्म प्रभु से ही चकदान दिलावे चकदान दिला जेहि जन्म जन्म प्रभु से ही चकदान दिलावे दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता दिव्य ज्ञान दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता दिव्य ज्ञान प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते विदगाओ जहरे चरिता विदगाओ जहरे चरिता विदगाओ श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अबन जनर बंदे श्री गुरु गुरु करुणा सिंधु अबन जनर बंदे गुरु करो लिखना तेरा जीवन लिखना तेरा जीवन शिला प्रभुपाद प्रतिपदन प्रभु करो दया देह मेरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मेरे पद छाया हे दया दूषित दीवाना दया हे दया दूषित दीवाना दया शीला पविता पतिता पवना जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु 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 जय जय प्रभु प्रभु जय जय प्रभु 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 जय जय प्रभु प्रभु शिल प्रपात की नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमस्ते। जय प्रभुपाद शेषारण्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य।
एक बार खत्म कर दो।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। जय राधा पार्थसारथी गौरमिता सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। जय राधा पार्थसारथी जय नरसिंह जय नर हरि पलाट मरा जय भक्त पलान सिंह दे प्रभुपा 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 जय जय प्रभुपा प्रभुपा लेता जय हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
उत्तर श्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणार वेंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड श्रील प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा पार्थसारथी ललिता विशाखा गोपन गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री श्री गौरताई की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्री श्री प्रहलाद नृसिंह देव की समवेत भक्त वृंद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की इस्कॉन वर्तमानाचार्य वृंद की श्री गुंडीचा मार्जन महामहोत्सव की गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिंगल डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिंगल डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिंगल डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड गौरंगा। हरे कृष्णा। सब लोग मेरे साथ पढ़ें। हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन है जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धा पूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आँखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतितात्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने श्री चरणों की छाया प्रदान कीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंद। जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंद। त्रिभुवन करे जाए चरण वंदन। नीलाचले शंखा चक्र गदा पद्मधारा। नदिया नगर दंड कमंडल कर। बोले पूरब रावण वधीला। गोलोकीर वैभव लीला प्रकाश करीला। गोलोके वैभव लीला प्रकाश श्री राधार भवे गोरावतारा। हरे कृष्ण नाम गोरा करिला प्रचारा। वसुदेव घोषाधन करी जड़ हाथ। जय गौर श्री कृष्ण সেই জগন্নাথ জয় গৌরা সেই কৃষ্ণ সেই জগন্নাথ Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nijananda Gaur Sitana Premanande Jai Sri Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Sri Krishna Das Goswami Pad ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Undicama Janmaha Maha Mahotsav ki Nijananda Gaur Sitana Premanande Hare Krishna. So we'll quickly read the meaning of this bhajan. जैसे अर्थ हिंदी में है तो हिंदी में पढ़ लेता हूँ, अच्छा हो जाएगा। जगन्नाथ मिश्र एवं सची देवी के प्रिय पुत्र की जय हो, जय हो। समस्त तीनों लोकों उनके चरण कमलों में वंदना करते हैं, लोक उनके चरण कमलों में वंदना करते हैं।
नीलाचल में वे शंख चक्र गदा और कमल पुष्प धारण करते हैं। कौन? जबकि नदिया नगर में वे एक सन्यासी का डंडा और कमंडलो धारण किए रहते हैं। कौन? श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की। ऐसा कहा गया है कि प्राचीन समय में भगवान रामचंद्र के रूप में उन्होंने रावण का वध किया था। तब उसके पश्चात भगवान कृष्ण के रूप में उन्होंने वैभवपूर्ण ऐश्वर्यपूर्ण गोलोक की लीलाएं प्रदर्शित की। गोलोक के वैभव लीला प्रकाशक और लीला। अब वे पुनः भगवान गौरांग के रूप में आए हैं। गौरांगा गौर वर्ण अवतार श्री राधिका के प्रेम व परम आनंदित भाव से युक्त और पवित्र भावनाओं तथा हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र के कीर्तन का चारों ओर प्रचार किया है। वासुदेव घोष दोनों हाथ जोड़कर कहते हैं, वे जो गौर हैं वही कृष्ण हैं और वही भगवान जगन्नाथ हैं। हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू। तो यद्यपि अनुवाद हिंदी में था, अब पीछे इस प्रवचन का भी अनुवाद हिंदी में होगा। This lecture will be in English. I did check with temple authority. I was told that you better give in English. शायद श्रोतागण के हित में होगा ये कि मैं इंग्लिश में बोलूं। To speak in Hindi, I may do more damage. Okay, so sorry, बाद में बोलेंगे। I was instructed by the temple president today. I specifically checked. How can that be okay when he has instructed me? As a punishment, you can keep your 2 feet on my head at the end of the lecture. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was engaging in his transcendental pastimes in Sri Jagannath Puri. How many years did Mahaprabhu spend in Jagannath Puri? Of which 6 years were spent primarily in traveling to South India and other parts of the country. Of course, if Mahaprabhu wanted, he could have traveled to the rest of the world also. But like Srila Prabhupada confirmed, he did not do that because he wanted to give the credit to Srila Prabhupada, who is his Shenapati Bhakta. More Shenapati Bhakta Jaya Tathai. So, जय श्री श्री गौनताय की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण मान की जय, श्री श्री राधा पार्थसारथी ललिता शाखा की जय। So he was in Jagannath Puri and he was spending his time wonderfully with his pure devotees, performing his pastimes. Nirantara krida kara sankirtana range. He was spreading the Sankirtan movement and constantly performing pastimes as well in Jagannath Puri. Now, some of the prominent devotees like Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is of course Bhaktavataram. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. That's Chaitanya Nityananda. Then Bhaktavataram is Sri Advaita Acharya. So because he is Bhaktavatara, and in one way we can look at it that he is a person who invoked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just like when we, in the altar, when we do deity worship, we have to invoke the deity, Avahan. And then after Avahan, you have to request him to go back also. Quite similarly, it was Advaita Acharya Pad, who is none other than Sadashiva and Mahavishnu. He was the one who invoked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and towards the end he was the one who alerted him that it is time to go back. What did he say? There is no market for rice anymore, it's over. So wind up and go. Baul, he said. So then his larger role was also to perform, as a devotee was invoke the Lord. His duty was also to set an example on how to serve the Lord. So, of course, it is mentioned that Srila Advaita Acharya had a residence at Navadip also, at Shantipur also. But from here we also understand that he had a place of residence in Jagannath Puri also. And in Jagannath Puri he used to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for prasadam. Very interestingly, in our Monday Chaitanya Charitamrita classes we are discussing Mahaprabhu's prasadam lila, or you can call it Bhogasvikar lila. It is he himself. But in any case, he and Nityanand Prabhu going to Advaita Acharya's house in Shantipur. So here, he was also accompanied several times by devotees in visiting the residence of Advaita Acharya and other devotees for prasadam. I just suddenly noticed His Grace Sridham Prabhu, welcome home. Welcome home from home. Thanks. এই মত নানা রঙ্গে দিন কত গেলা জগন্নাথের রথ যাত্রা নিকট হইলা. It's like this, things were going on, and the Jagannath Rath Yatra approached. Jagannath Baladev Subramai ki, Shri Sudarshan Prabhu ki. So this way he passed on time in great jubilation, and then the car festival approached. And so what did Mahaprabhu do? It's mentioned, Prathame Kashi Mishra Prabhu Balaila Padicha Patra Sarva Bhaume Bolana Anila. He called for Kashi Mishra. He called for the Padicha. Padicha is the superintendent of the temple. Padicha of the temple. And then he also invited Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was practically the lead minister in King Prataparudra's cabinet. So, then what is mentioned here? He said, Tina jana pashe Prabhu hasiya kahila Gundicha Mandira Marjan Sheva Magi Nila. It will help if the light is on for me. There is a light. Thank you. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged them for permission to clean the Gundicha temple. We know sometimes that we beg for permission not to clean or do other services which are difficult. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Apane Acharya Prabhu Shikhanu Shabaimu, is setting an example how to. He is begging for service. When we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, what are we really doing? We are begging the Supreme Lord and His internal potency, His internal energy for service. And not surprisingly, when we chant, Chetodarpana Marjanam also happens. So when we are begging for service, we are also begging for cleansing of the heart. So similarly here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is begging for the service of cleansing the temple. It's mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport that the Gundicha temple is situated 2 miles northeast of Jagannatha temple. So it's Nilachala and Sundarachala, or Kurukshetra and or Dwarka and Vrindavan. So it's about 2 miles northeast. 2 miles meaning what? About 3.5 kilometers? 3 kilometers roughly, 3.5 kilometers. It's a 2 miles, 10 kilometers, so 3 kilometers. How many of you have cleansed the Gundicha temple? Gundicha temple physically, it's an amazing feeling. And you can see there are many groups from various parts of Bengal and Odisha will be cleaning that place. So the year just before Corona, I got an opportunity to go there with some devotees. It's an amazing feeling. Gundicha temple, Gundicha was the name of Srila Prabhupada mentions King Indradumna's good wife, King Indradumna Maharaj. The original Indradumna Maharaj, his Dharampatni is Gundicha. And it's mentioned here that the Gundicha temple, this area of the Gundicha temple is estimated to be 288 cubits by 215 cubits. 288 by 215 means, you could say roughly some 440 feet by another 320 feet. So that's the whole estimation. So you can, whatever square feet that comes, some 12,000 square feet or whatever. It's like, you can say maybe it is 1/4 of an acre almost. That is the size of the Gundicha temple, and it's mentioned here that the main temple is about 36 cubits by 30 cubits. It's 1 cubit equal to 1.5 feet. So you can multiply and do the calculation. And there is a Kirtan hall which is called Jagamohan. And there's an area that is called Jagat Mohan. So that Kirtan hall is called, it is 32 cubits by 30 cubits. I'm not good with numbers, so I have to look at this physically to check, sorry. Now, the Lord had sought permission for service. Now, upon receiving the permission, upon receiving the Lord's request for permission, in many ways it is receiving the Lord's permission to grant permission. Like Ramanand Rai says that I am not qualified to answer your questions. Through me, you are speaking. You are empowering me to speak, and therefore that's the way to reveal these higher topics, Ramanand Rai says. So here also, the Lord had sought permission from the Podicha, from Kashi Mishra and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to wash the temple, the Gundicha temple. So the Podicha said, my dear sir, we are all your servants. He says, Ami Shabas Sevaka Tomar, everyone, all of us is your servants. We are all your servants. And then he says, whatever you desire, it is our duty to perform. So this should be the mood of any manager in any temple, that we should try to always fulfill the desire of Krishna and Guru. That's the purpose of being managers or superintendents or bhakta in charges or department heads or anything, any service. It should be purely for Krishnartat Akhila Cheshtita, like Rupa Goswami Pad says, purely for the pleasure of Krishna and Guru, and to ensure that we need to go through the right channel in a mood of humility and beg for service, and not just beg for service, but render the service once it is given to us. Sometimes we may beg for a service and some other service may be given to us. So they say if you can't get what you love, then you should start loving what you get. So that's what we should do. Because purification will come by service. Sevan mukhed jikhvada swayameva spuratyada. Ata Sri Krishna namadi nabhavayat grahyam indriye. We are the Hare Krishna movement, but we cannot chant Hare Krishna unless we do it in the mode of service. Unless we do it in the mode of service, and whatever service we get, we undertake it in a mode of service. And when we chant also, we chant in a mode of service to the holy name. For the pleasure of the Guru Parampara. We chant for the pleasure of the Guru Parampara. Thereby we invite the mercy of service, and then we can undertake it. Vishesha Raja Agya Hayache Amara Prabhu Ragya Jai Shai Shigra Koribare. King Prataparudra has instructed us. Whatever instruction Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, please undertake it immediately. Similarly, our mode should be Guru Gauranga's service, should be immediately. Guru's and Gauranga's service should be given first priority. Everything else can wait. Like Srila Rasikanan Prabhu was honoring Prasadam once when there was a call from Shyamanand Prabhu through a messenger that he is calling for him. And Rasikanan Prabhu did not even care to wash his hands. He got up and went to serve Shyamanand Prabhu. That should be the mood. Of course, we can wash our hands, but we should immediately go. He is setting an example because Rasikanan Prabhu is no ordinary person. He is an expansion of Aniruddha himself. The real one. At least that woke him up. Because the king has told us, we will get everything ready. Tomara jagya seva nahi mandira marjana This is some transcendental pastime. We should consider it your transcendental pastime. Because आपको शोभा नहीं देता. It doesn't befit you to cleanse the temple. Sometimes we've seen videos of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Guru Maharaj cleaning the temple. On the other hand, we see sometimes senior devotees take a bucket to serve prasad. Immediately, Prabhuji, aap seva mat kariye. Meaning you are chanting intensely, you will get service, but I will not allow you to serve. So everybody wants to serve, even the Supreme Lord wants to serve. That's the moment. So here it is mentioned that किंतु घट समाजनी बहुत चाहिए आगद आजीशा बा इहा आनी दिए. But you need many water pots and brooms to cleanse the temple. Like our general manager is Sadhurdev Prabhu and his team of Sankalp Nityanand Prabhu and others. Every year they arrange for so many things. Wipers and brooms of different types. Then cleansing agents. So we are grateful to them that are allowing us to clean the temple. Otherwise, it is being done by some employees. But we are getting the opportunity to cleanse the temple at least once a year. And it was also decided in the Brahmachari Council that we will have more frequent temple margins. How many devotees want that? Complete silence. Hari Bol! Not fully. How many devotees want to cleanse the temple at least once in a quarter? If you want to say Hare Krishna. If you don't want to say Hari Bol. So that is what will happen. If you don't, then Hari Bol. So all these paraphernalia were brought in for cleansing the temple. Nutana eka shata ghata shata samajani poricha antadila prabhuracha jani. He understood the Lord's desire, and before him he presented hundreds and hundreds of water pots and brooms. And then the very next day, early morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with all his associates, Puraba Bhage, Vijamani Gora. So that's what happened. He went with all these people. And what did he do? It's mentioned. Sri Hastesya Bara Ange Lepila Chandana. Before everybody went, he applied chandan. He smeared sandalwood paste on each of them himself. So the Supreme Lord is giving a great example, or setting a great example of situational leadership. How it was, he is personally getting involved. What I call in common management as rolling up the sleeves and getting down to do the dirty work. So he was doing that. But of course there is nothing can be dirty for the Supreme Lord. He can cleanse everything. Shuddham apapa viddham. So he can do that. So then what is mentioned here? Then he gave each devotee ekeka marjani. He gave each one of them one cleansing broom with his own hand. Then he took them personally with him and went to Gundicha. And this way they went to cleanse the Gundicha temple. First they cleansed the temple with the brooms. Prathame marjani laya korila shodon. So first they cleansed with a broom. So the Lord cleansed everything in the temple very nicely. It is mentioned including the ceiling. There is a saying in South India that the new servant will cleanse even the ceiling. Because it's not something that we worry about. Even in the cleanest room you look up, suddenly you will find some cobwebs of spiders. So people don't quickly clean the ceiling. But somebody who is very meticulous about cleaning will clean the ceiling also. So it's mentioned that the new servant will cleanse even the ceiling to show that he or she is very efficient. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here was cleansing everything, inside, outside. Ito parato, did everything. Because the Supreme Lord is Ito Nrsimha, Parato Nrsimha. There is dirt within us, inside and outside. How do we have dirt outside? We have dirt inside. How many of us think we have dirt inside? Okay. How many of us think we have dirt outside? Okay. What is dirt outside? Okay. Gopiba Prabhu is saying our environment, our surroundings at an external level. At a subtle level, it is the people around us. We see the dirt in them. Whether they exist or not, we try to see the dirt in them. So by cleansing the inside, you can cleanse the outside in that sense also. What Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did was that he cleansed everything including the ceiling. And then what did he do? Simhasana Majipuna Sthapana Kaurila. He took the Simhasana. The Vijay Vigraha is normally kept on a Simhasana. He took the Simhasana and cleansed the Simhasana and kept it back to the original position. Now the law of arrangement says that everything has a place and everything should be in its place. If you go to the altar, there is a place. If you go to Gaurnatha altar, a regular pujari, you know where the viper is kept, you know where the cleansing cloth is kept. Suppose someday a new pujari comes and he changes it the next day in the morning, it's madness, right? Sometimes after a festival, when we go inside the altar, you have to go 5 minutes before, because everything is not in place and everything is definitely not in its own place. So this law of arrangement is very important when we are cleaning. After cleaning, it should be put back in the same place. This does not apply, however, to anarthas. After cleaning, let us not please put them back into the heart. When it is mentioned, Chota Bada Mandir Kaila Marjan Shodan Pachetaicha Shodila Sri Jaga Mohana. So he and his companions, they cleansed the big temple, and there is a smaller temple. Big and small buildings are there in Gundicha temple. It's part of the larger structure. And then he cleansed the area between the Kirtan hall and the main temple hall, which is called as Sri Jagamohana. Sri Jagamohana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Jagamohana. Sango Pangashta Parshadam. By his beauty he can attract. And this Jagamohana is cleaning Jagamohana. So that is the pastime. Charidi ke shata bhakta samajani kare apanisho dena Prabhu shikana shabare. And in all 4 directions there were devotees here and devotees there, all over. They were all cleansing the temple. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was heading the operations himself and cleaning it himself. He was undertaking the whole operation himself. This is called leading from the front. Like today we have in the temple hall, His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu is the temple president. He will be cleaning the room. This is the standard that we have to set. Like Sutta Goswami Prabhu, the department head of deity worship, he will be overseeing that area. It's like that. So leaders should lead from the front. Otherwise, as they say, the symptom of a good leader is that he's a good follower. Unless you walk the talk, you cannot set the example. If I sit on the Vyasasana and speak with you that, devotees should be very humble, should be talking very sweetly, they should never get angry, then all of you will laugh. Because you won't know that is not my nature. I shouldn't talk about that. I should talk about something else that I do, or something else that is common instruction for everyone. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is setting an example himself. And it's mentioned that Premala se shodanala ena Krishna nama bhaktagana Krishna kahe kore nija kama. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and cleansed the temple himself. And what did he do? He was Loena Krishna Nama. He was chanting the name of Lord Krishna all the time. Similarly, all the devotees who were serving, they were constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord. Dholi doshar tanu dekhite shoban kaha kaha ishru dale Shamma, the Lord full beautiful lotus body. It's not everything about the Lord is lotus. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangre. Everything about the Lord is lotus-like, beautiful. So everything about the Lord is lotus-like. That beautiful lotus-like form was covered with dirt, dust, straw, all kinds of external dirt. And while cleansing, the Lord was also shedding tears of ecstasy. And it is beautifully mentioned. Kaha kaha ashru jal kore shamarjan. Many places, when you're cleaning, and suppose it doesn't go well, you put some water. Or like, suppose we're cleansing glass or something outside, in the outside world people do that. They do that. But you can't do that in a temple. Right? Sometimes I've seen, devotees are reading some book and they do this. So that's not what Mahaprabhu did. Mahaprabhu was shedding tears of ecstasy. And with tears he cleansed many places. When we cleanse, we get tears. Oh God, we have to cleanse more. But when the Lord, he was shedding tears of ecstasy and he was using in many places those very tears to cleanse. And it's mentioned, Bhaka Mandire Shodan Kori Shodila Prangan Shakala Avasakrame Korila Shodan. So then they cleansed the yard, they cleansed the Bhoga Mandir, where the Bhoga offerings are kept and protected. So everywhere he cleansed, all the residential places, the devotees who may be staying there, etc., everything. Avasa Shodan. Wherever people are staying, that place was also cleansed. And then it is mentioned here beautifully. Trinaduli, this is crazy. Trinaduli Jinkura Saba Ekatra Koriya Bahir Vashelaya Phelai Bahira Koriya. The Lord collected all the straw, dirt, etc. and he kept his own cloth, and even then threw it out. And because Mahaprabhu did it, everybody else also did it like that. They kept all the dirt and then put it in the cloth and took it out. Why did they take it? They took it out to throw it out, basically. That's the purpose. They wanted to throw it out. Prabhu kahe ke kata kariye che samajan trinadali dekile janiba parishram. When I see the amount of dirt that you have collected, I can see how you have worked, how industrious has been worked. You have worked so hard. So that we say, when we are, the symptom of one's sadhana is how much lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, gluttony, all these bad qualities, they disappear from the heart. When we introspect, that will let us know how much cleansing has happened. Seeing the amount of dirt that has been collected, Mahaprabhu said, I can see how well you have worked. And then it says, Sabara jiyantana boja ekatra karila sabha haite prabhur boja adhika hoila. Everybody had collected the dirt and piled it up, but it still was less than it was cleansed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What does this mean? It means we may try our best. Each jiva as a sadhaka can try very hard to do Chetodharpana Marjanam. But eventually the Marjanam that can happen will maximum happen only by Krishna's mercy and the mercy of the holy name. That's the only way so much dirt can be accumulated. You saw Mahaprabhu collected more dirt than all the others put together. So by Krishna's and Guru's mercy, we can cleanse our consciousness much more than what we can do by our own effort. Which is why you see Pralamba Sura, Dhenuka Sura. There are asuras which represent many anarthas, like including lust, bad habits, etc. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, this is a secret of Vraj Bhajan. that only by intense personal effort, by Guru's mercy, can these anarthas be overcome. Therefore, these demons are killed by Balram. That is the indication, who is the Adi Guru. So the Guru's mercy, when we undertake sadhana or his instructions, then we can do something for the pleasure of Gauranga. And it is mentioned, it was not over. This is the first level of cleaning. Now second level, after the whole cleaning was done, Mahaprabhu instructed all of them to clean the temple again. What did they do? He ordered everyone, Sukma Duli Trina Kankar Sabakara Dura Bhala Mate Shodan Kara Prabhura Antapura. Then he asked them to go and cleanse the area inside the temple. The sanctum sanctorum probably. It's not mentioned. Antapura is generally that, the Garbhagraha. He asked them to cleanse that area, and he himself personally was there to help them. And what did he order them to cleanse? Subtle. The more subtle dirt in our heart can be cleansed if we personally follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur mentions that only 100% subordination at the lotus feet of the initiating spiritual master will help us overcome the burden of sense enjoyment. Sense enjoyment is a burden. So that is very subtle. And that is cleansed by instruction. Sabavaishnala yajabe dui bada shodila deki Mahaprabhur mana santosha hoila. They again cleansed the temple for the second time, and Mahaprabhu's mind was very, very happy. Santosha hoila. And then Arashata jana shata gata jala buri prathamai laya ache kalapeka kori. Waiting for Mahaprabhu's instruction, hundreds of devotees were ready with water pots filled with water, ready for the next stage of cleansing. So, when we are cleaning, we should have good planning. It's not sufficient that we just jump in and start cleaning. So the sequence is very important. I remember several years back, I was cleaning the Vyasasana, Prabhupada's Vyasasana. I was doing something. I had no idea how to cleanse it. I was doing something. Then our Advaita Hari Prabhu was cleaning the Vyasasana along with me. He told me what to do, what agent to be used and how to apply. I started cleaning it. And similarly, somebody else told me once how to clean glass with a newspaper and stuff like that. These things you learn. You have to plan properly what cleansing agent to be used, when to use. And the sequence is very important. So here, which is why housekeeping is a very difficult service. So all glories to our Sadhurdev Prabhu and the devotees who are taking care of his service right through the year. We do it only once a year, or sometimes we do clean our rooms and offices. Radha Parthasarthi Gaunata Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So, people were waiting, devotees were waiting with water pots, and then someone brought some water to pour into the hands of Mahaprabhu. Somebody poured water onto the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu also. Hindi mein bolte the chance le liya. Chance lete hain, like get an opportunity, patli gali se, they got an opportunity done. Or they say in colleges, moke pe choka. It's like that. They got an opportunity to pour water at Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, they did it. I see sometimes devotees, they're acting in drama with His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu. In scenes where they have to offer obeisances, they jump for the lotus feet or feet. And then we have seen sometimes in rehearsals, Prabhuji jerks back. So then they have to request him, please don't jerk back in the drama. So it's an opportunity to wash the lotus feet of the Lord, and they are cleansing the Lord. So now the water that fell from the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was personally drunk by someone, then it was passed on to someone. Somebody was doing charity also, Janakalyan Seva. Sometimes we do that, no? We get Maha Prasadam of some senior Vaishnava, we give to others, after keeping a major portion for ourselves. So here it is mentioned whatever water was used to cleanse the temple was let out through an outlet, and the water went out outside. It's very important that when you are cleaning, that there is good draining system. In fact, we see that, for example, in Mumbai, every year there are huge rains. But some of the other, after some time, these are not huge rains. These are rains. This is Indradev helping Sadhurdev Prabhu and team for Marjanam. So, but this, what we are saying is that somehow there is a good drainage system, or which I don't know how it manages, but the tracks are cleansed, and after 2-3 days the trains are up and running. So that in many places there are good draining systems, sometimes not planned by good urban planning. It's not good urban planning, but it just happens. Like in Mumbai, the traffic is excellent, the roads are atrocious. In Delhi, the roads are excellent, the traffic is atrocious. So in the material world, you can never get a good combination. But when we are cleansing the Lord's temple, we should ensure that there is good opportunity for cleansing of the water. It is mentioned towards the end of this pastime, there was so much water flowing out after the cleansing that it looked like many rivers were flowing. So much water. Everybody is pouring hundreds and hundreds of water pots. And there were so many people standing by the banks of the river to gather water that there was no space to stand. So some devotees went to the well, and then they started drawing water from the well. So that way there was many people available for cleansing the place. And then it's mentioned here, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was cleaning Lord Jagannatha's seat with his own hands. Then all the devotees began to bring water to the Lord. When the water first came, any idea how they cleansed? How they cleansed the walls and floor? Who can say? It's a technique in cleaning. No, they threw the water up at the ceiling. So some part of it will get cleansed, the water will fall down. Yeah, that's the point. So then, thank you. They know better about cleaning, absolutely. So, they threw water on the ceiling, and the water fell down, it flowed through the walls onto the floor, and they could clean more. That way you save on water also. When it flows, it covers a lot more area, and then you can cleanse it. So that was happening. And there were some senior devotees who did not pick up water from the well, like Nityanand Prabhu, Brahmanand Bharati, Acharya Ratna. They didn't pick up water pots. The junior devotees were getting water, and so much cleansing was happening. And at this time, it is mentioned that, Nityanand Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Swarup Damodar, Brahmanand Bharati, and Paramanand Puri. Apart from this, everybody went and got water pots. So, interestingly, many of the water pots were broken because the devotees collided with each other. They were doing that. So some people were filling the water pot, some people were washing the ceiling, but one thing is common. Krishna Hari Dwani Bina Arana Hishuni Hari 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 Hari. I'm just copying His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu. I never done this before. So holy name of Krishna and Hari, you keep chanting that. So then it is mentioned, Krishna Krishna kohi kare bhata rat prarthana. Krishna Krishna, asking for the pot. And then Krishna Krishna kohi kare ghata samarpana. By chanting Krishna Krishna, you are handing over the pot also. Krishna Krishna. So today I am sure everybody will, every year we do it, this time also we should do it. There will be nice kirtan going on, but still be very nice. Hey Hari Bol! It's not a very nice way to call people. So it's far better that Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. In fact, Hari Bol is something that is reserved for the spiritual master or senior Vaishnavas to call us. It's not like Hari Bol Maharaj. You cannot. Only seniors can tell us. It's something to understand. And Prabhupada said ours is the Hare Krishna movement, it's not the Hari Bol movement. So we can say Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. That is very important. Premavasya Prabhu ka hai Krishna Krishna nama, ekale premavasya kare shatajaner kama. Ekale premavasya kare shatajaner kama. He did the work of 100 devotees himself, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It looked like he had hundreds of hands. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Not surprising. It looked like Mahaprabhu had thousands of hands as he was cleansing the Gundicha temple. And it is mentioned, he was playing the role of an excellent manager. He would appreciate those people who are cleansing the temple hall very well. He would say, Tumi bhala karya shikara anere, ei mata bhala karma, seho jano kare. He would say, you've done very well, well done. Now you must teach others. In organizations, it's a standard. When we are appraising appraising employees, what they do is that they will rate people at various levels of expertise. The highest level is trainer, meaning he is good enough to train others. So Mahaprabhu is saying, you're so good, you've done so well, you must train others. Like devotees call Madhusundar Prabhu sometimes to go and do seminars on book distribution. So like that. So it's, that's the way it's done. And it is mentioned that Mahaprabhu, when he said this, everybody was ashamed. Ekota shunya shabe shankuchitaya, meaning I have not done so well. Mahaprabhu is not so pleased with me, so I should do better. But he also mentioned that Mane nami lile kara pavitra bhatshana. He used to purify those people who could not please him with the service. He chastised them also. So it is a role of good managers to chastise when required. Like I mentioned this earlier also, the motto of Kerala police, it is Mrudu Bhave Dhrida Krite. The mood should be soft, but the action should be firm. Mrudu Bhave Dhrida Krite. It is not that if we are senior to somebody by initiation or age or anything, we will only have to say nice things to people. Sometimes for the sake of correction it has to be done. And we have to face it also, same way. When seniors correct us, we should understand. Prabhupada mentions the purport of Bhagavad Gita. One should not even answer back to the elders. What to speak about killing? It's not Bhishma Sudan or Drona Sudan. Krishna says. Prabhupada thinks Krishna is Ari Sudana by Arjuna because of that. It is not Bhishma Sudana or Drona Sudana. So when senior Vaishnavas correct us, chastise us, we should take it very, very humbly. It's meant for our purification. It's mentioned. It is for purification that he was chastising. So this is very important. And then it is mentioned that Sabha Prakala na kare Sri Jaga Mohan Bhoga Mandira Ditaba Kaila Prakalan. So the Bhoga Mandira, Jaga Mohana, which is the area between the temple and the Kirtan hall, everything was cleansed. And in this way, the meeting place was also washed. Natashala Dui. The meeting place was also washed. The entire yard was washed. Chatvara Prangan. Prangana is the yard. That is also cleansed. Prakashala Adikori Korila Prakhalan. The kitchen, everything was cleansed. All the sitting places, everything was beautifully cleansed. And all the places around the temple were washed, within and without. After everything was washed, there was a Vaishnava from Bengal. What did he do? He was very intelligent and simple. It is mentioned. Subuddhi Saral. Subuddhi actually means intelligent. Subuddhi Saral. He was intelligent and simple. What did he do? It is mentioned. Sei jalalaya apane pana kaila tahabeki prabhur mani dukkara shahaila. What did he? Hena kala godi eka subuddhi sarala prabhura charana juge dila ghata jal. He poured water from the pot on the Lord's lotus feet and then drank the water. And the Lord was not happy with this externally. Internally he was pleased with the mood of the Vaishnava. And so he told, Shikalagi Swarupa da ki kahila tahare, ei deka tomar Gaudiya vyavahare. See the behavior of your Gaudiya. Like Mahaprabhu told the devotees of Udupi, Tomar Sampradaya. But that is in a negative manner. Here it is mentioned, Tomar Gaudiya. So Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that Tomar Gaudiya means all the Gaudiyas are followers of Swarup Damodar. This we have to understand. We are in his line. Because we are Rupanugas. Who does Rupa Manjari assist? Lalita Sakhi. So we are from that same parampara. So this person has washed my feet. Ishvara Mandire Mora Pada Dhaila Shai Jala Apani Laya Apana Kaila. He washed my feet within the temple and drank it. Like Sir Gopal Krishna Goswami Gurmaharaj was once asked by His Grace Mandir Prabhu, so many devotees offer obeisances in the temple hall. Is it correct or not? So Maharaj said, I don't accept it. Because Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu clearly mentions that inside the temple, you can only offer obeisance to the deity. Sorry? You can do outside. When darshan is open, Prabhuji is correcting me on this, thank you. Then darshan is open, inside the temple, otherwise, when we come in, we offer obeisances to Vaishnavas, Vanchakalpa prayers is done. But when the temple is open, nobody. Prabhupada is an exception because he is Sansthabhakacharya. That is allowed. So then it is mentioned that Mahaprabhu saying, Jai aparade mora kaha ho begati, tomara gaudiya kare ete ke bhai jati. तुम्हारे ने उत्पात मचाया है. He's greatly implicated me. He's put me in trouble. Now I don't know where I will go. Narak में जाना पड़ेगा. Mahaprabhu is saying something like that. But that doesn't happen. Mahaprabhu goes to Naraka. It is obviously to deliver. So then Swarup Damodar Gosai caught hold of the person by neck and evicted him personally. Get out! And he kept him outside. It's good to be punished by Swarup Damodar Gosai like that is also amazing. And then after this, Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. He put all the devotees on two sides. He made them sit on both sides. He personally sat in the middle and then he picked up all kinds of straw, grains, sand and all the dirty things. And then he said, I shall gather everyone's collection and I shall ask whoever has collected less than all the others to pay a fine of sweet cakes and sweet rice. I think Gaurnata is something common between them. Nityanand Prabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami to sponsor Dahi Chida for everyone. And here Mahaprabhu is saying whoever is not cleansed well should sponsor sweet cakes and other prasadam for everyone. So in this way, the whole place was cleansed and it is mentioned, Shitala Nirmala Kaila Nija Mana, all the devotees felt that their mind was cool and cleansed. Shitala Nirmala, this should be the result of cleansing of the heart. We should feel cool and maybe our head will also be cool when our heart is clean. So similarly, when we are chanting the holy name, serving the Vaishnavas, performing the process of Mana Mandire, my heart has to be cleansed. Then it can happen only by Rohani Shidin Krishna Murari, Sri Krishna Murari. The Lord should reside in our heart. And by cleansing Shringarat and Mandiram Arjanado, under the instructions of the spiritual master, we can cleanse our heart and then the Supreme Lord will personally reside in our hearts. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kundicha Marjan Mahamotsav ki, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Do you have time for any comments or questions, Prabhu? Or
Hariksha, thank you very much, Rishi Kumar Prabhu. So here in the verse 127, this is Madhya Lila, chapter 12. This chapter is of course the same, Gundicha Mandir Marjan. And this purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ प्रभुपाद का जो purport है, प्रभुपाद कह रहे हैं कि there are many offenses one can commit while serving the Lord. According to the rules and regulations, no one should accept obeisances in the temple or the Lord before the deity. That means when the darshan is over. Nor is it proper for a devotee to offer obeisances and touch the feet of the spiritual master before the deity. This is considered an offense. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was personally the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, it was not actually offenses to wash his lotus feet in the temple. However, because he was playing the part of an acharya, Lord considered himself an ordinary human being. He also wanted to give instruction to ordinary human beings. The point is that even though one plays the part of spiritual master, he should not accept obeisances or permit a disciple to wash his feet before the deity. This is a matter of etiquette.
Thank you. Very important instruction. Do we have time for questions or comments now? Okay. We can take one question and then some comments. Prabhu's Mataji's, any question? Questions, comments? Okay. Fine, nobody seems to have questions, so yeah. Sorry? If Prabhu should speak for a couple of minutes. Prabhu, you can speak for 2 minutes, then we'll close because prasadam is early now.
हरे कृष्ण, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। तो गुंडीचा मार्जन की जो लीला है भगवान चैतन्य जो कर रहे हैं, तो ये मनुष्य लीला है। तो भगवान मनुष्य लीला कर रहे हैं ये मंदिर की सफाई। तो ऐसा जो है वो लगता है कि उन्होंने पहले कभी सफाई नहीं की थी मंदिर की, इसलिए कुछ विचार ही नहीं किया कि क्या क्या सामान की जरूरत पड़ेगी। और जो परिचय थे वो मैनेजर हैं, तो मैनेजर ने भी कभी सफाई नहीं की वो तो इसलिए वो भी नहीं सोच पाए कि क्या क्या सामान की जरूरत पड़ेगी। तो उन्होंने विचार किया कि घड़े जरूरत पड़ेगी तो नए 100 घड़े दे दिए, और झाड़ू की जरूरत पड़ेगी नए 100 झाड़ू दे दिए। तो क्या केवल घड़े और झाड़ू ही पर्याप्त है सफाई के लिए? नहीं, आपको पोछा भी तो चाहिए है? और मंदिर का जो दीवारें हैं वो सब पत्थर की हैं, उसमें लकड़ी और ये सब चित्र वगैरह कुछ नहीं है। तो दीवारों में भी और सीलिंग में भी पानी फेंकने के लिए कुछ चाहिए। घड़े से काम नहीं चलेगा, कुछ बाल्टी चाहिए जिससे उछाला जाए पानी। बाल्टी से पानी उछाल सकते हैं, घड़े से पानी नहीं उछाल सकते। तो बाल्टी भी नहीं दी उन्होंने, और पोछा भी नहीं दिया। तो मेन भगवान की जो है अब शक्ति प्रत्युत्पन्नमति उसको बोलते, प्रत्युत्पन्नमति, कि जैसे आवश्यकता हो उसको किसी उपाय से वो पूरा कर लेते हैं। अब जो है बाल्टी नहीं है और पानी जो उछालना है, सीलिंग के ऊपर दीवारों में पानी उछालना है। तो क्या किया, घड़े तोड़ करके और उसकी खपचियां बनाई, खपचियों में पानी भर के उछाल तो पानी उछालने के लिए अगर बाल्टी नहीं है तो घड़े और मिट्टी के घड़े तो अपने आप भी टूट जाते हैं और तोड़े भी जाते हैं, तो कोई इसमें नुकसान नहीं है। तो जो है मिट्टी के घड़े की खपचियां बना करके पानी भर करके पानी उछाल रहे हैं। तो ये कहते हैं कि जैसे आवश्यकता पड़े तुरंत ही जो है मतलब उपाय सूझे, तो वो कुछ विशेषता है ना भगवान की। तो जहाँ आवश्यकता हो तो तुरंत ही कुछ उपाय वो सूझा उनको, और फिर बनमति है ना, प्रत्युत्पन्नमति। और फिर जो है पोछे की जरूरत पड़ी, क्योंकि गीला सुखाना भी पड़ता है, पोछा लगाना है। तो पोछा के लिए पोछा तो दे ही नहीं थे, परीक्षा नहीं पोछा नहीं, सोचा ही नहीं परीक्षा में। तो फिर क्या किया, अपना जो उत्तरी है उस समय हर व्यक्ति जो है उत्तरी धारण करता है, कुर्ते नहीं, सिले हुए कपड़े ज़्यादा लोग नहीं पहनते थे, और सिलाई ज़्यादा संभव भी नहीं थी, मशीन होती नहीं थी सिलाई की, हाथ से सिलाई करना है। तो धोती भी बिना सिली पहनते थे, और वो जो है उत्तरी होता था जिससे कि अपने शरीर को ढकते थे, कुर्ता वगैरह नहीं पहनते थे। तो वो उत्तरी को ही जो है सब लोग जो है पोछा बना करके, भगवान भी अपना उत्तरी यूज कर रहे हैं पोछा करने के लिए। तो ये जो है मतलब है विशेष बात कि केवल 2 ही आइटम जो है मंदिर की सफाई के लिए उनको मिले थे, एक तो घड़े मिले थे और दूसरे झाड़ू मिली थी। बाकी जो आवश्यकता के अनुसार जो है और भी चीजें हैं जो होती हैं, और भगवान जो है कैसे उसका जो है प्रयोग करते हैं, उपयोग करते हैं और जो है उपाय बनाते हैं, तो जो है समझने वाली बात है।
थैंक यू प्रभु, वंडरफुल पॉइंट। यस प्रभु, प्लीज।
प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट, प्रैक्टिकल जो हमें करना है उसके लिए कह रहा हूँ मैं, क्योंकि इसमें देखिए यहाँ पे कई बिजली के सॉकेट्स हैं, तो आप लोग ध्यान रखिएगा पानी उसमें नहीं डालना है ना। तो हरि बोल उसमें हरि बोल हो जाएगा।
क्लीनिंग का शौक है, लेकिन क्लीनिंग का शौक ऐसा नहीं है।
तो दूसरा पानी उछालना नहीं है। स्पीकर्स, कुछ नए स्पीकर्स भी लगाए हैं, उसमें मत डाल देना, और ये पेंटिंग्स में मत डालना पानी। तो ये सब थोड़ा ध्यान रखो, आगे हिसाब से बता रहे हैं आपको, ठीक है।
गुंडीचा माधव महामहोत्सव की, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत महाग्रंथ की, श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी पाद की, निताय निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे।
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम